Hello everybody, so Kizzy here, Elite Green presenter with Team Beautiful, and this whole video is about selling and sponsoring and super tips on how to do both really well. Now, this is probably going to be a really unprofessional video because my phone is running out of battery, so I'm plugged into a charger. My tea's in the oven, and I know it's just going to beep because that'll be sod's law while I'm doing this. But I so wanted to do this because we're getting the same question over and over again. How do I sell? How can I get more? Nobody wants to buy anything. Nobody wants to join. The makeup's too expensive. So I really wanted to tackle it in one video that hopefully is going to be shown again and again, because we all have those times and we all have those doubts and we all have those worries. The other reason it's going to be a bit unprofessional is because I have to make notes because I can waffle. So I didn't want to go off on a tangent. I wanted to cover everything. Yeah, fingers crossed, this will give you a massive boost. And I've done a few videos, and I did one for March, and so many people haven't joined in. And so what I want to do is, if you're watching this, I need you to comment underneath with what you've picked up from it, because I need you to commit to finishing the video and getting something out of it, because that's the very first step to improving your business, is to improve your knowledge. So first things first, check my list. Get yourself a notebook right now. Off you trot. Go on. I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it? Wish I could see it. I love stationery. Anyway, so we've got this notebook. This notebook is your Bible. Okay, you are going to use this every day to jot things down. We are such busy women. We have so much going on in our lives that we can't remember everything. So when you see a tip or an idea that you really want to use on the chat groups, quickly jot it in that book. Take it everywhere with you, because I know that you probably aren't going to have time to use it for 2 or 3 days, and then you'll forget it. Also, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep learning. So you need a notebook to write it all down, and you're more likely to remember it when you write it down, even if you don't go back to it. In this book, we're going to make lots of lists as well. So we're going to need a notebook for that, and also your goals. We can't get anywhere if we don't know where we're going. So it's no good saying to your sat nav, take me to a surprise destination, because it won't know how to get there. So you need to know where you want to head. So put your goals in there as well. Goals are so important. Write them down. Anyway, that's total tangent. What did I tell you? So I'm going to give you lots of ideas, and I don't want you to switch off and think, oh, well, I can't do that. I'm so busy. I just haven't got time for all that. I'm not asking for 100% of your time. I'm asking you to give me the time that you can give me, or not me, the business, yourself. This is all about you and what you can get from this. So commit to your own business the time you can. So if you can commit half an hour every day, commit that half an hour, and I want you to give that half an hour 100%. So don't get distracted. Don't scroll through Facebook. Don't start playing Candy Crush. Think about what you're doing. Is that half hour doing stuff that is going to move your business on? If it's not moving your business anywhere, it can't count in that half an hour. That has to be a different half hour. So look at your life and think about what you can commit. So there's the first step, is that you're not too busy if you really want this and how much you want it. And if you had to go to the dentist, you would find time for that. We find time to watch our soaps, don't we? So just think about how much you want this and how much time you want to give this. And that's individual, and there's no right or wrong. If you can only give 10 minutes a day to this, that's fine. But be realistic. Your results will be slower than somebody that can give it half an hour. Okay? So going back to giving up EastEnders and things like that and how bad you want it. some little tips about how I manage my time, because I'm super busy too, like we all are. So if I'm watching something, you know, because I like TV just as much as anybody, I will pause it before it starts. So I'll sit down at 7, I will go to watch it, but I'll pause it before it starts. And then while I'm waiting for about 10, sort of 15 minutes, I'll do something to do with my business. And then it means I can fast forward the breaks. So that's just a little tip. You can listen. You don't need to be watching my face. In fact, it's probably much better if you don't. So you could be listening to this while you're cooking tea, while you're having a bath, having a shower, driving, when you're on the bus stop. There are times in our day when we're doing other things when we could keep an ear out and just be listening. But don't let perfection freeze you. This is what happens to me quite a bit. So, if I can't sit down with my notebook and give it 100%, then I don't do it at all. And I have to really tell myself off, because that's silly, isn't it? Because, okay, I can't listen to it and I might be thinking of other things and I can't write stuff down. But what if I take one little thing in? Is it going to hurt me to listen to that while I'm cooking my tea, as opposed to listening to nothing because I'm on the journey to perfection? So some little tips there for you. Now, we're going to go back to this notebook. So you've got this notebook now, and the first thing you need to do is write a list of 100 people that you know. And don't skip this step. I've said it over and over again for people to do this, and I know I could probably count on just my hands the amount that in the team that have done it. I know they're on Facebook, I know they're in your phone, but as you write them down, it will open your mind up. So as you write, so you might think, why am I going to write my mum down here? Why am I going to write my next door neighbour Jenny down here? Because as you start to write them down, think about who they know. Your next door neighbour Jenny has got a sister called Mary, and she's not on your Facebook, but you've remembered her because you've wrote her down. So you can add her to the list. It's all about building contacts and telling as many people as possible. So you write this list of 100 and then you start to find ways to get in contact with them. Now, my advice to you is always start with the opportunity. Not only will it bring you more in the long term to build extra money in regards to bringing people into the team, but also people don't like saying no too much. So if you start with the opportunity and they say no, then you've got somewhere to go. You can then say, oh no, that's fine, no worries. What about having an online party? What about having a party at home? What about having a lash link? Can I send you a link to our products? Do you want to have a look? Do you wear mascara? Do you wear makeup? So you've got somewhere to go. So when they say no to joining, no to possibly having an online party, they're probably going to say yes to I wear makeup, and they'll take a look. And it'll really help you to showcase the products. So I've wrote down a little suggestion of what you message these 100 people. If you can write more than 100, you keep going, you keep adding. Don't ever stop with this list. So the little message then. So, hey Jane, how are you? And pop in a compliment at this point. So, check out her Facebook and make it genuine, I love your new hair colour. Where did you get it done? Or, oh my God, isn't little Tommy growing up fast? How old is he now? Things like that. It's not then. It's not just you after something. It's not you spamming. It's about them. You're making it about them. So pop in a compliment. After that, you then go, anyway, you may think I'm crazy, but I'm looking to build my UK team, or I'm looking to build people in so-and-so postcode area. And when I thought of bubbly women, I thought of you. Do you fancy finding out more about what I'm doing at the moment? And leave it as a question. So that's very conversational. That's very spammy, non-spammy. It's not the, hi, I work for Younique now. Do you want to join my team? There's this benefit, this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. We've all had them and they all just don't work. If she says yes, then you send her some more information. If she says no, you say, no worries, my lovely. Great to catch up with you. What about this? What about that? And you can introduce party or products or both and go down that line. So keep doing that. Keep working through that 100. I don't expect you to do that 100 tonight or tomorrow. In fact, I don't expect you to ever finish that 100 because I expect you to keep adding to it. What you're then going to do is you're going to create another list. And this could be in the back of your notebook. And this is your no's or your not for nows. So when Jane does get back to you and say, oh no, I really wouldn't want to join at the moment, you know, and I'm really happy with my mascara, add her to the back of the book. Who is watching this video that's been with us for 3, 4, 5, 6 months or more? Hands up. I can't see your hands, but I'm sure there's some up. Now, imagine from the day you started, every woman that you've spoke to, not just the people that you know, but other people that you've been connecting with. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. Imagine if you'd have kept a list of them and then new products come out. You've got an excuse to get back in touch. Hey, Jane, I know you said you loved your mascara. Guess what? We do bronzer. Do you wear bronzer? I was with Ann Summers for 8 years, and one day I'm going to work out roughly probably how many women I met, but it is in the thousands. Imagine if I'd have kept a list of them all. God, what an amazing database I would have. So keep, and you're going to need a big notebook or lots of notebooks. Okay, so keep adding to your list. Right. Facebook statuses. So getting sales over Facebook. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that our profile is user friendly. People will judge you on your profile picture and your cover photo. So make sure your cover photo is something great and positive, and make sure your profile picture is a lovely smiley picture of yourself. People buy from people and they won't purchase from your children. So as much as I love children, and as much as I probably love your children and you love them very much, having them as your profile picture is possibly, you know, not going to help you. And even with hubby as well, potentially, I would suggest that you just have a beautiful picture of yourself. And if you're really critical of yourself, ask your friends to you know, pick a nice picture, because honestly, you're beautiful. So pop a picture up there and people will connect with that. So statuses, you want to aim for 4 to 7 a day of statuses. I see people say to me, I'm not selling anything. I'm not sponsoring anybody. And then I scroll down their Facebook, and do you know what? In 2 weeks, they've spoke about Younique twice. So you own a shop, and in 2 weeks, you open your doors twice. You tell me, a shop next door that opens its doors every day, who's going to sell more? So you need to commit to 4 to 7 statuses per day. However, we don't want them to be spammy. We don't want people to scroll past them. So we don't want them to be, oh, look at this mascara, buy it here. Here's my link. Oh, girls, you really want this lip stain, look at it, buy it here. Because people see lots of that with Juice Plus, with Forever Living, with lots of other companies, as well as Younique. So they're just going to scroll past it. However, if you do other things that will add interest, so, you know, oh, girls, I'm going to add a lip stain to my kit. What colour do you think? Or, oh my God, my mascara is so good today, it's touching my glasses. Those are selling without selling, because it's talking about the mascara. Or, oh, I've just had a lovely message from somebody who so loves our products. I love working for Younique. That's going to get people's interest, but without it being in their face and without it being spammy. And the reason you need to do it 4 to 7 times is because people need to see something 7 times before they trust it. And also because Facebook are cruel. So you've got 300 friends, for example. Do you know only 10% of them maximum are probably going to see your post? 30 people. Whereas if you keep going with it, then there's a chance you'll catch up with them. So out of those 4 to 7 posts, you only want 2 to 3 to be about Younique. And then the rest of them, they need to be about you, and they need to add value to the world. With Facebook, when somebody interacts with you, so if and you could test this out if you want to prove me right, is if you like somebody's status a few times and you comment, you'll see more of what they do, because Facebook thinks, oh, you like that person, you're interested in that person, and they'll show you more of what you like. So you need to get people liking your posts, because then they'll see more of what you do. So today I gave something away for free. I gave a lip gloss, but I just did a little fun thing about name a film with a woman in the title. And that's got like over 87 comments. So those people that have commented, they're more likely to see my stuff now. But when you post, you know, the odd funny thing, the odd funny quote that people are going to like, then, you know, that's going to be good. Positive thinking, you know, all the positive quotes out there. People love that because there's a lot of crap out there. You know, just anything that's going to add value. Fashion tips, makeup tips, cooking tips, a book that you love, a film that you saw, anything like that, that's going to connect you with people, make you human. So only 2 to 3 to be unique, and then the rest to be you, because people will buy from you. Oh, yeah, other tips. Sorry, just consulting my notes. Follow others. You know, make friends with some of the unique girls on our team, and especially the ones that you see do so well, because they're the girls to follow. They're the ones who, you know, who are superstars and know what they're doing on Facebook. And anything you see, you can copy. We're a team. So if you see somebody say about, oh, you know, girls, I'm adding a pigment to my kit, what colour do you recommend? You know, and you think, oh my God, what a great idea. I haven't done that. Copy it. No one will be offended. People will be flattered that you thought it was a good idea. So copy the people that are doing well. Don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, over the page. Do videos. YouTube is massive. So many of you don't read. So if you don't read, why do other people read? So YouTube is really where, you know, a lot of stuff's happening. So try and get the courage up to create some videos. If you can't do your own videos, then, you know, be good at sharing other videos, because people love to watch videos. Add new contacts every day. This is really, really important. If you're speaking to the same 300 people over and over again, they will get tired, and, you know, there's only so many people you're going to sell to. So you need to be building every day. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can add people. So say you could type in to the top of your search bar on Facebook, Katie, for example, and it will show you Katies that you're friends with, but then you'll start to see Katies that you're not friends with. Now, if you've got more than 5 mutual friends in common, then you can add her, and it should slip through spam filters, so we won't end up in Facebook jail and you won't get told off. Now, some people don't like doing this because they might get, like, what if Katie messages you and says, why the hell are you adding me? All you've got to do is just, you know, just tell a little white lie and just say, oh, sorry, babe, I was going through my people you might know, and my finger slipped on my fat finger slipped on yours. It was supposed to be the Katie next to you, or whatever. So you can just say something like that. Do you know what? I do this a lot, and I dread to think I may have added, God, you know, I've probably added like 300-400, and I've probably had about 10 people that have asked me why I've added them, and you know, and I'm just like, oh, sorry, really fat fingers, oh, sorry to annoy you, and they're fine. Once you've added them, don't say anything. If they accept you as a friend, don't then go, oh, hi, you know, I know so-and-so, I sell unique, because that's making it about you. And it's like you want something from them. And then that's not going to build a relationship with them. And they're just going to be like, oh, spam alert. So just leave it. They will become part of your virtual audience, and they'll be watching what you do. And eventually they'll reach out to you and they'll buy something, or they'll join your team if you're following what I said about consistent statuses and doing that well. Okay. Another way to add contacts, join groups. So not just selling sites, but, you know, be consistent with that. We know if we post an opportunity, we do it with a lash picture and then that gets some interest. And it's a numbers game. You're going to get lots and lots of no's, but there's going to be some yeses in there. And how do you know that that one girl from that selling site isn't going to be someone who spends 300 quid with you, or isn't going to join and be a black status presenter and take your business through the roof? So, you know, just consistency with that as well. And with the joining groups, think of other groups you could join. What about if you've got a newborn? If you've got a young baby? There's lots of groups out there. Do you love dogs? Do you cook? Are you losing weight? Are you joining Weight Watchers? Have you joined Slimming World? Are you a fitness freak? Join some of these groups and then just put a little post up, you know, looking to connect with fellow dog lovers. Add me. If there's any men, I don't add them because they're not going to add value to my business. You could argue they could buy for their wives, girlfriends, but women are more likely to buy. You know, so we don't want to pick up any weirdos either, but that's your choice. And then weight loss, you know, like, oh, I'm looking for a weight loss buddy. You know, we can cheer each other on. Add me. You'd be surprised how many people want to connect. And then you add them, you talk to them about that subject, but they become part of your virtual audience and they will see what you're doing on Facebook. Interact on posts as well. So in groups and things, you know, comment and then people will add you and, you know, interact on other people's posts so that you're getting yourself out there and keeping interested in people and building relationships. The key to all of this is to keep doing it. I see some of this activity sometimes, but I see lots and lots of gaps. And you have to be honest with yourself. How many times per week is your business doors shut? And how many times they open? So keep doing it. Be consistent. Set yourself a plan. Give yourself an appointment every day. So if it's that half an hour, make a commitment. I'm going to give it half an hour each day. And before I go to bed, I'm not allowed to shut my eyes until I add 5 new people, until I comment in 3 groups, and until I've, you know, uploaded a status. Talking of statuses, I do a photo a day. So I just take a photo or post a picture of something that represents something that happened in my day. This created for me and Ann Summers my best ever business year on Facebook because people are nosy. So they got really interested in my life and they just followed it. And then the more they saw my photos a day, the more they saw my Ann Summers stuff. So maybe try something like that as well. I also suggest, ladies, that you work on yourself. This business and the people that, you know, are really successful are constantly learning. Definitely me. I certainly do not know it all. I am constantly reading, watching videos and all that kind of stuff. And I know it's difficult with time, but do you know if you read 10 pages a day, you'll read 12 books in a year. And if you're not a book person, then think about audios and think about YouTube as well. There are some great network marketing books out there and I will start, I keep meaning to do it, I will start a post in our university group and where we can pop recommends and things. Okay, so there's lots of tips. As you start to get customers, it is vitally important for you to follow up with them. So you want to make a public thank you for their order and tag them in it, because then their friends see that then. And also, that's selling without selling. You've just told people that are watching you that someone else is buying that product. So someone goes, oh yeah, I meant to order that. Or, oh, there's that mascara again. Oh, I really want to try that. So doing public thank yous is selling without selling. When that product is with that girl, give her a week or so, couple of weeks, and then follow her up and see how she's getting along. Ask her for a review. Ask her for a picture. Now, I know because I've spoke to some of you, you're worried. What if she doesn't like it? What if she says something bad about the product? You want to nip it in the bud. Because I tell you, if for some reason she's not happy, she's ruining your brand. Because she's, that mascara that I bought off of Charlotte. Oh God, it's terrible. It's crap. I hate it. What a rip-off. Do you know what that does when she tells people that? That makes you look bad. Not just unique, you. Whereas if you contact her and she says, well, to be honest, mate, I don't like it at all. It's crap. You can find out why. 9 times out of 10, it'd be because they're applying it wrong and they need some tips. And if she genuinely thinks it's crap, that's fine. Because do you know what? If you nip that in the bud and, you know, just like say, oh God, I'm sorry. It's so rare that anyone ever says that. Not to worry, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then she won't tell people that then because people like to be heard. Also, you can follow up for recommends, you know, like ask them for people that are makeup lovers. Once they say, oh my God, I love the mascara, say to them, do you think you could sell it? Why don't you sell it? I think you could sell it. You're just what I'm looking for. So follow up is really, really key. If you have only sold 3 things to 3 people and you follow them up, and you encourage them to post a picture, normally you will get 2 or 3 sales from each person. So that now means that from those 3 people, say you get 2 from each, that's 6 extra customers. So you've now sold 9 things in total. If you follow those 6 up, you can see where this is going. But not only that, by following up and by caring what your customers think, they will then come back to you. And they will try other products with you. Okay, create a mailing list. There's a site called MailChimp. And just start to build a mailing list. If you don't know how to do it, Google it. Try it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't be like, oh, I don't know how to do it. You know, just give it a bash. See if you can set it up. And if you're a super clever clogs and you know how to do it and set it up and you're ballsy enough, try and record a video and let us know as well. Because I would love to show you everything. But obviously my time is limited. So, you know, if you can do it and you do manage it, share it. Or if you can't do a video, give us a step-by-step guide. And, you know, if I get a chance, these things are on my to-do list. Don't you worry. There's lots coming. Set up a group. So you've got a closed group on Facebook. So add people into that group. I think lots of you do that anyway, but just a reminder. And set up a page. I don't put a lot of value on pages. I think it's more important to use your profile. It will build better relationships. But have a page just in case, because strangers can find you then. Create a survey. So there's a free app or website called SurveyMonkey, and you can create a 10-question survey, or it can be less than 10 questions. So this is an amazing thing to post in selling sites, and just keep doing it and keep doing it. And what you collect is people's contact details. So you can just ask for their name and email address and pop them into a free prize draw. And then you can add them then to your virtual audience. And, you know, again, that's extra contacts. And it can just be things about, like, what's your favourite brand of makeup? You know, what can't you live without? Mascara, eyeliner, lipstick. It can just be general makeup questions that you can say you're interested in for your business. But the actual point of it is you want to collect their data. The reason being, people love to give their opinion. So, you know, and some people are a bit skeptical of it. So again, if they see it 7 times, so post it out on your status, post it in groups, and consistency, keep going with it. Don't be the thing you do tonight and then in 3 weeks' time, you don't do it again and you're not doing it anymore. Okay. Right. Hold try before you buy nights. And again, don't let fear freeze you. Okay, it might not be perfect. You might not know everything to say. Just wing it, fake it. Just let the girls try it. What's the worst that could happen? And again, I'm gonna hopefully do one and video it so that you will get some tips. But don't wait for me. Don't wait until you've got everything you need. Do it now, because it will only get better and you'll only learn from it. You know, I hear that I haven't got enough kit. I hear that I don't know what to say and all those kind of things. Do you know what? You'll get more kit because you'll get more Ycash. So it'll build. I went out and did my first party with my kit and one foundation. So, you know, and it was a 600 and 600 and something pound party, because I sometimes think less is more, because they kind of bought everything I showed them and I didn't overwhelm them with stuff. You know what us women are like, can't make a decision. So don't let things freeze you like that. Pair up with other small businesses. So if you've got salons and nail bars and things like that, you know, offer to promote them to your customers, because that's what they're interested in, and they promote you. And also think of like other groups like Ann Summers and Scentsy. You know, people need mascara and underwear. So again, you could pair up with an Ann Summers girl and swap business cards, swap leaflets. There's also some groups, and you could do this as well, where you pair up with other groups. So like, let's say Ann Summers, Body Shop, Avon, Scentsy, who do candles, and Pampered Chef. And what you do is each month, it's one of your months, and you all spend 10, 15, 20 pound, whatever you agree, with that company. So let's say it's Ann Summers' turn, and there are 5 of you in that group, at 20 quid each. That would be £100 worth of orders going through that Ann Summers girl's account. But you're getting a product for it, you know, you're getting something that you want, and then it swaps. So then the next month it's your turn, and then those 5 girls, they order something from you, and of course some of them might spend over because actually they super love the product. So you can try little things like that. And finally, I've nearly finished. Thank you for staying with me, and I hope you find this helpful. I want to show you something, and again, totally unprofessional, but I want to show you my ponds. So here is my pond. It's my first pond, and they look strangely like whole wheat pastas, but honestly they're fish. I promise you faithfully, they're little goldfish. And here's my second pond, and again it possibly looks like a bowl of pasta, but it's not. They're little fishies in my pond. Tell me which pond you would rather fish in, and which pond you think that you will get the most out of if you fish in it. And there's the key to it all. The more people you tell, the more people you will sell to. You have got to build your contacts. So I hope you remember the very first thing I said, and I hope you've been making notes. The final thing I want you to do is book an appointment in your diary to come back and see me on this video in, what should we say, 6 weeks' time? Because you're going to need a booster and a refresher, and you're going to need to go, oh yeah, I've dropped that a bit, reality check. So I'm going to see you in 6 weeks, and by then you're going to be like a different colour rank, because, you know, you're going to rock this business now. So I'll see you in 6 weeks. Super successful. Mwah.